Hello everyone, Seth Campbell here. Welcome back to Segway Plays The Legend of Zelda The Wind Waker. It has been a while since I've been able to record. Things have been crazy. I had to get a new computer, and my old computer was 8 years old, so updating it took a long time. But we're back, and it is finally time to take on the boss of the Earth Temple. So with Medley in tow, except I don't think... Yeah, she won't come with us. Probably a smart idea, knowing what tends to be behind these doors. Oh boy! Well, it would seem we interrupted some sort of epic ghost dance party. And the Poes all got mad at us, and so they formed one giant Poe. This is Jalhalla. Come to Jalhalla. That's not how that song goes. Anyway. So, yes, Big Poe still has that symbol. Whoa. Okay, yeah. So there's that symbol that means light can be reflected at it and something happens. But he is full of hot air. And as such can blow you around the arena and into all of these spiky things. No problem. So you want to roll like crazy whenever he starts doing that, because you don't want to get impaled by these spikes. But you have the mirror shield. Use it. And if you zap him for long enough, like any other Poe, he will become solid. Now, what do? Well, this is where those power bracelets come in handy. You pick him up, and you throw him at one of the tall, spiky pillars, and that sound effect you just heard always made me think of Strike when bowling. I don't know if it was meant to or not. But all of the Poes then rematerialize, I guess. And you want to defeat as many as you can. You cannot defeat all of them at once. You defeat enough of them, they will eventually retreat into the giant Poe that is Jalhalla. Or you just take enough time like I did. Yeah, he also can breathe fire. You just take enough time like I did, and they will return. I initially thought as a kid that I guess sort of my mind tricked me into thinking that Jalhalla got slightly smaller the fewer Poes were in him, but I believe that's not actually true, unfortunately. That would have been really cool, but I understand why it would have been really complicated to animate it differently, depending on how many you defeated. But anyway, yes, this rainbow dance party must end. You see, there you go, it wasn't nearly as much time, but I defeated enough, so they automatically return back. So you cannot, unfortunately, sort of beat this boss in one cycle the way you could with Kali Demos. Come on. My aim is finicky, but there we go. Gotcha. Okay, I'm gonna be quiet so you can hear this sound effect. You tell me if this sounds like bowling a strike. I always thought so. So this is... I'm not sure if I talked about this already or not, but this is kind of a trend in this game, at least, and in a lot of Legend of Zelda games, if not a lot of sort of classic Nintendo adventure games. In general, that the boss tends to be sort of a big version of one of the really prominent enemies that you see throughout the dungeon, and this holds up for most of this game. Whoa! You do not want to get hit by that, or you will be cursed. Your controls will be reversed as if you were possessed by a normal Poe. But anyway, so you may remember Goma at the beginning in Dragon Roost Cavern was essentially a giant magtail. Kali Demos was sort of a giant, differently formed Boko Baba plant. Godhan was sort of a more advanced version of the Armos, so sort of the living statues. The Helmarok King is a giant Kargarok. And you have Jalhalla, who is a giant Poe. So yes, watch out for that body slam. Now, if you'll notice, the pillars of light keep sort of disappearing and reappearing as the battle goes on. That gets... Oh, no. Oh, no. Yeah, okay. Yes, this is the cursed thing, and now he's throwing fire at me from his lantern, and... but yes, as the battle progresses, the light will start appearing and disappearing over intervals of time. So, obviously, you need to... like there, for example. I took too long because my aim wasn't good and the light disappeared. No. The light, it seems, does not protect you from that, although I guess getting hit seems to nullify it. Come on. Come on, R button. There we go. Okay. Pick up the big guy. And you thought the Raven was as scary as Poe's got. I think you can do this in like 3 cycles if you're really fast and if you've mastered a technique that we haven't seen yet. There's something you could have done that I have not done that you could use to make this a little bit faster. And I will address that at a later date. Come on. Oh, no. See, obviously, you know, having your controls reversed is really annoying no matter what, but when there are spikes around and you don't want to walk into them, it's even more annoying. Fortunately, it doesn't last all that long. Unfortunately, neither does the light, it seems. Come on. Gotcha. Okay. So I think there's only these 3, right? You can, and I hope we don't have to see this, you can get it down to like just 1 that essentially reforms the... We're gonna see it. Yep. Apparently, it only takes 1 Poe to pilot the big Jalhala mask. So yeah, that could have been avoided if I was a little quicker. No, there goes the light again. This is taking longer than it should. A, it's been so long since I've played this. And B, you know, when you're doing a commentary, you know, no matter how good a gamer you are, you're somewhat multitasking, so you know, it slows down the brain power a little bit. Okay, want to aim this correctly. And there he is. Okay, let's go. Good night. Okay, that was pretty creepy. Okay, first things first, you want to get the heart container. I don't know if I mentioned this before. I think it was in this dungeon, but I'm not positive. I know that you can essentially step into the thing in the middle and warp out of the dungeon and activate the cutscene, whatever, before you get the heart container. And if you do that, you got to come all the way back. Of course, with, you know, the warp cauldrons and everything, it's not a huge deal, but it still takes a lot longer than it would. So just make sure you get the heart container first, kids. Such lovely harmonies. The prayers of the Earth Sage have restored the Master Sword's former energy. There is but one last step before it becomes the true Master Sword once again. Link, the power to repel evil is not yet fully awakened. To complete the awakening of the Master Sword, you must go to the Wind Temple for one more prayer. Now, Link, step into the light behind you and return to the surface. Your next duty is to find the Sage of the Wind Temple. I will remain here and continue to pray. You must hurry. And Link? About Prince Kamali. Please watch over him for me. Yes, Medley will remain in the Earth Temple, which is where we can find her if we need her, but for now, we must press onward. See what the King of Red Lions has to say. The Master Sword's power still has not fully returned. Perhaps I am mistaken, but I fear the worst for the Sage in the remaining temple. You must hurry, Link. Okay, so yeah, we must hurry, except... You know how this goes. This is The Legend of Zelda, so we're going to take care of some side quests. And since we have just a slew of islands to our east, and the wind is already facing east, I propose we sail onward in an easterly direction, just for a little bit. See what we find. Is that in this square? Sometimes it's hard to tell. You can't sail straight east or straight in any direction because the quadrants are a little larger. Some islands are located in the southern part of a quadrant, and it's usually you get a little closer, and that's when you start to see. So I had to go kind of northeast, fairly close to north actually, to see this. And wouldn't you know it, it's... Oh boy! I didn't know this was here. Okay, this is our first big Octo fight. Now, there are a few different ways we can fight this guy. But as you might expect, because it's Legend of Zelda, the big glowing eyes are probably the best way to go. Now, we can use arrows and shoot the eyes. We can use bombs to shoot the eyes. Or we can use the boomerang to target multiple eyes at once. That is my personal favorite method of doing this. Now, there are several big Octos located across the Great Sea. And this is it just a four-eyed one? Yes, they have different numbers of eyes. You have to hit each eye twice, I think. Whoa, kind of phased through them there. I'll take it. Is it twice? Maybe it's 3 times. But again, having the boomerang you can target multiple at once really helps. Obviously, you don't want to get sucked in too close to this guy. Okay, yeah, you see, we broke one of the eyes now. Maybe it's 4 times. I'm not really counting, I'm just trying to defeat this guy. There we go. Is this the one I think it is? Yes, it is! O Waker of the Winds, thanks to you I have been freed from that beast's foul grasp. As thanks, I shall give you just a little of my power. Your magic power has increased. You now have twice as much as what you had before. This is really handy for so many reasons, a lot of which we have yet to see. May the winds of fortune always blow across your bow. So, now you may be wondering, how do you know where big octos are? Because that one just kind of popped up out of nowhere. Well, generally speaking, it's a good idea to check where a whole bunch of seagulls are congregating. I don't think that's a hard and fast rule, but generally that's your clue. Anyway, yeah, I see the fishman, and this here is another reef, clearly. So we're going to have another one of those destroy all the cannons on the reef things. But let's see what fishman has to say. Oi, small fry. Yeah, I've heard. And I've said this already. Two-Eye Reef. I tell you, lately no one around these waters has seen the beautiful fairy who bestows magic power. She used to live here, Fry. All anyone ever sees anymore are the big octos that have been appearing lately. Maybe they scared her off. Oh no, I sure hope they didn't eat her. That's all the info I got to offer. Well, as it happens, because of the way we approached, we already found the big octos and saved the Great Fairy, so that didn't actually help us. Incidentally, if you find yourself wondering, you know, is there an easy way to remember what the fishmen have to say? Again, you can hear it again if you feed them more bait. They did address this in the HD version. I shouldn't have put away the sail. In that the fishman hints for each island will stay on your sea chart. So that is another thing that they made easier. But for now, it is reef destroying time. Let's see, I'm trying to think. Do I have any funny stories for the moment? I can't think of anything right now, so I am just going to speed this up and play some original music, I think. And there we go. There is our chest. So now we just have to find a high point. This looks like a good one, but we will need to change the direction of the wind. Oops, and I am going to need the Deku Leaf for this. And bet you know what's in this one. Yep, it's another treasure chart. Let's see. Oops. Yep, let's see where that one appears. Oh, we got a couple here. Okay, that one is in what I'm guessing is a 5-eye reef. That is somewhere I don't think we've been yet. Let's see, Tower of the Gods. What's that one? That one is not here. I can't remember which islands we've seen, honestly. Like, I know what most of these are. But incidentally, you can compare island shapes like this. And that's handy, because it looks like this treasure chart that we just opened appears in Forest Haven. So that's a handy thing you can do if you're not sure what the island is and you want to look around. Okay, we have seen that one. Yeah, it's Bomb Island. I mean, I knew it was Bomb Island, but I didn't want to say Bomb Island if we hadn't seen it yet. But also wanted to make sure there were no treasure charts here in 2-eye reef that we have. And I didn't see any. Okay, yeah, I thought I could catch like a side wind there, but it's not really working out. So, just going to swim back to the King of Red Lions, change the wind back to east, and we will continue onward. Actually, hang on. While it's facing west, I think I actually forgot something over closer to Headstone Island. Unless I already did it. But I don't think I did. Okay, that's Outset over there, I think. I'm looking for something. I'm not seeing it. I'm actually going to double check if I already did that between episodes. But first things first, I'm going to go over to this here platform, because it's always handy to take these out when you have a chance. Alright, let's see. Any cannons? Nope, no cannons, but quite a few enemies. And it sounds like, yep, the Cargo Oaks have spotted us. Just have to hope they let us get to the top of this. Or they could let us get as close to the top as possible, gathering false hope, and then knock us off. That works too. Whoa, yeah, okay. A lot of bokoblins. Still trying to get used to how I should pronounce that. And Kargroks, which means a lot of opportunity for joy pendants and golden feathers. So yes, these pink bokoblins are the strongest kind. Generally speaking, you only tend to see them out here at sea. They take 3 hits. And of course, the tricky thing on all of these platforms is make sure you don't get too far into a sword combo that you go flying over the edge as well, because that can happen. I actually have, it's a blue one, not either of these. I should have gotten the feather out of that. Oh, Yeah, okay, it's worth it because we need these feathers for that guy who promised his girlfriend a bunch of them. So I actually have a little action figurine of a blue bokoblin in my office now. My girlfriend found it at one of the last remaining Toys R Us stores in the country. She happened to be in St. Louis for a little bit, and she stopped by one because she saw there was a Toys R Us that was still open. And she found, of all things, a Legend of Zelda The Wind Waker blue bokoblin action figure, which I didn't know they made, but it's really cool. It has a proud place among other oddities and knickknacks on my desk. Maybe I'll put in a little picture of it. Okay, all enemies defeated. Didn't make a chest appear. I would have thought it would. Usually something like that does. But purple rupee, that's good. And while we're here, since we have fire arrows, let us unfreeze these pots. Kind of odd that they're just frozen out here in the middle of the sea. I mean, I guess high up on the platform, winds and everything gets colder, but anything of interest. Well, red rupee, that's pretty good. Green rupee, eh. Okay, so overall, this platform, by and large, was a bust, although we did get some good spoils from the enemies. So yeah, they're not all treasure troves, but they're worth your time. I'm still wondering, did I... You know what? Tell you what, I'm going to sail west and see if I found and did this thing that I'm thinking of. And if I already did, and it's obvious that I already did, I'll cut it out entirely and see you again when we're sailing east. But if I find it and I haven't taken care of it already, then I will see you as we're taking care of it. Okay, so, turns out, we had taken care of that thing I was thinking about already. It was a submarine. We had already done it. We got a treasure chart out of it. So, now we're back in business. We are right about here, about to cross into a new quadrant. And I feel like we'll just check out the next island or two before ending off this episode. Maybe do a little more than that. I'm keeping an eye on the time of how long these episodes are, but on the other hand, I'm going to have to do a lot of editing in and out on this one, so it gets a little confusing. Okay, whoa. Tall thing of light there means that is a treasure chart. Treasure. First things first, I want to find the fish man, but even before that, I think I'm going to need to defeat these Georgs. Yeah, or else I'm going to be in big trouble. Can I use the boomerang on these guys? I think I can? Yeah. Few hits. Yep, there we go. Okay. No, come back. This is the thing, if you throw the boomerang wrong, it takes a while to come back. Let's see, get anything good out of these? Some rupees. And I threw the boomerang the wrong way, and now it's going to take a while to come back. There we go. Okay. Where is Fishman? I hear him. There he is. Oh, small fry. Angular Isles. Northeast of here is the Forest Haven. They say a truly unique kind of firefly is indigenous to that place. You heard of it, small fry? Yes, I have. Already did this. It emits bursts of light in 7 colors. Supposedly, it's as beautiful as a rainbow. If you want to capture one, though, you best have a bottle to keep it in. I'm curious what he has to say in the HD version, because as I told you, they emit that whole firefly thing. But anyway, now that we know what island this is, let's find... Something just occurred to me. No, I don't think that's 2 hours. Yeah, something has occurred to me. Yeah, okay, here it is. Treasure chart 15. And I'm now a little worried, but I'm going to do this anyway. Okay, how am I doing? I'm getting there. Almost. Golden. Okay. No, not the sail. Need the grappling hook. Grappling hook. Please don't be that. Please don't be that. Please don't be that. Please don't be that. Oh, no, it's a piece of heart. That's good. Okay, that's awesome. That is awesome. Okay, what I was afraid was that it was a silver rupee, because I can now carry 1,000 rupees, and a silver rupee would waste a little over 100. I was afraid we were going to have another one of those. Actually, you know what? No. No. I am here, and I want to do something while I'm here. Because we can, if I can just find the right corner. Right here. Thank you. So, this island is made up of a bunch of blocks, some of which we are able to pull. And so we can make these little steps to get higher and higher up on this island. We can push this one down, make a shortcut. Let's see. Is it a shortcut or do you pull it around elsewhere? Whoa, no! Yeah, the controls on this when the camera turns around can be a little finicky, and you can find yourself jumping off of islands entirely. Don't look at me like that, King of Red Lions. I know what I'm doing. Oh, no, okay, it's not a shortcut. You keep pulling it to get over here. Climb up here. Simple puzzle, really. And this here, whoa, first is a blue choo-choo, which is good because we want blue chew jelly to bring back to Doc Bandom in Windfall Island. But this chest here sure looks important. And it's another piece of heart, which makes a 4th piece, which makes a new heart container, and that's awesome. So you might think we're done here, but actually there is another little thing over there, and I think we can do this now. Unless I do that. Okay, hang on just a minute. I'll meet you back on that little square. Okay. Can we do this now? I think we can. Yes. Okay. So we have another little sort of mini cavern with a block puzzle of its own. So what can we do here? Well, this is the only block we can currently do anything with. Oh, except it isn't. No, yes it is. I have to think for a minute here. It's been a while. Let's see, oops. No, I betcha. Okay, so now we pull that one, we dislodge it slightly. Now we pull this. And pull this one again. And it brings it down by one level. Okay, I understand this now. I remember. So essentially, we need to keep doing that. This is like a much more advanced version of that puzzle way at the beginning, not the beginning, partially through Dragon Roost Cavern. Here we go. Did I screw this up? I did. I screwed this up. So, what can we do, you ask? Well, we can go out and come back in. Okay. I guess I need to work more from the top down, as it were. Make sure I can access the highest ones. I feel like some of you might have been, as I know I've done when watching other Let's Players doing a puzzle like this and getting something wrong. Veterans of this game may have been watching just in slow motion horror, just thinking to themselves, no, don't pull that block further yet. I feel your pain. I've been there. I've been on the other end of that. Oh. No, my R button is not working very well. Okay, there we go. Brings that down a level. Okay, yeah, I see. Well, so that creates... Oh, actually, we don't need to keep doing this, I don't think. Yep, no, that gets us right there. Into these beams of light. Which, as we learned before, we can reflect with our mirror shield down at that silhouette of a chest. And solidify it. And I just want to make sure there's nothing in the other two jaws of... No! Okay, yeah, well, at least there's nothing. But now we need to glide over to there to get that chest. No! No, 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 no. Oh, it just takes me to another one of these. So I guess there are little corridors back here that we don't know about. Although, is it just going to take me between these two? Oh, no, okay. Whew. And there's the silver rupee. There's the silver rupee that wasted over 100 rupees. Thought I dodged a bullet before, but I guess not. That's karma. Okay. Tell you what. We have had enough misadventures for one episode. I propose we call it here. And in the next one, I will continue sailing east for these last couple of squares. And then we will tackle a few more things. And then we will progress a little more with the story. So, I will see you in the next episode. Oh boy.